party people! As promised, here is a video on how to make a miniature door decoration. This one is extra special as I'll be making a custom decoration for my sister, which I'll be giving to her for Christmas. So if you're my sister and you're watching this before Christmas, turn it off. This is the one I told you not to watch. Is she gone? Okay. So first, I'll remind you what my standard door decorations look like. Ooh, so cool. And now let's make a custom one. I'm going to make the door out of mount board, and to cut it I'm using my Cricut because I already have a file set up from making my other door decorations. I've just had to tweak it a bit to include a semicircle window at the top to match my sister's door. My sister's door has 2 panels at the bottom and then 2 matching windows, plus that semicircle window at the top. Usually I would glue these pieces together and then paint them, but because of the windows I need to paint them separately. But first I'm going to glue the panel pieces in place. Now I can paint the pieces. I'm using acrylic paint and I tried really hard to match the colour to the photo I have, but once I started painting the colour looked a bit too bright, so I'll be doing a second coat, which I would need to do anyway, and change the colour slightly then. For the windows, I'm using a piece of acetate layered over some black paper. I'm going to glue the black paper to the back piece and glue the acetate on top. Next, I'm going to add the hanging thread. I've got some thin silver thread which I've tied a knot in. Now I'm going to glue it to the inside of the door frame. Now I can glue the 2 door pieces together and leave them to dry under something heavy. The door is all glued together, so now I'm going to paint on these silver line details that my sister's door has on the windows. I'm just freehanding this, and to be honest, it's not my best work, but it's only a small detail in the grand scheme of things. For the letterbox and door handle, I've cut these pieces out of brown card. I'm attaching the handle to the flat piece with a little blob of glue, and after holding it in place for a little bit, it stays in position. I painted these pieces silver and then glued them to the door, trying to make sure they're straight. Now for the Christmas wreath. To make these, I need a jar of potpourri. Specifically these pieces, which I think are called star flowers. I'll be breaking these apart and using the little pieces for the wreath. Next, I need some garden wire, and I've used it to make a little ring. Now I need to glue the little bits of star flower around the wire. For this, I'm using Yoo-hoo glue. I usually do 2 rows around the wire. It starts off a little fiddly, but the more you get on, the easier it becomes. For some reason, I was really struggling with this one, so it's not the best example, but I got there in the end. Once the glue has dried, the wreath can be painted. Again, I'm using acrylic paint. Once this is dried, I will do a second coat. Now I can decorate the wreath. I'm starting with a little gold bow, which I'm going to glue at the bottom. Next, I'm going to use these little gems. I'm going to go with the silver and gold. I'm using a large sewing needle to help me get these stuck on. And finally, I'm going to use some gold and silver glitter. I'm applying little blobs of PVA glue and then sticking on individual pieces of glitter. I've used other things like tiny beads and sequins to decorate other miniature wreaths as well. With a generous spread of Yoo-hoo glue, I can attach the wreath to the door. and then trim the ends of the bow. To make this custom door even more special, I've done a tiny painting of my sister's dog Buddy to sit outside. I'm not sure I've got the scale exactly right, or whether the 2D painting completely works with the 3D elements, but I think she'll like it. So that is my last make before Christmas. Now I just need to go and wrap it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you celebrate, I hope you have a lovely Christmas. I'll be back in the new year with more videos. Let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular that you would like to see. Thanks for watching. Bye!